What's going on, everybody? It's Cody. Welcome back to the channel. Here for Tuesday night's 5-game Wnba main slate, $20,000 to first. Big contest for a big slate of games. A lot to look forward to, so we'll get right into it. First, let's look back at my lineups here. I played both showdown slates. I had a good day yesterday, so thank God maybe the rut is over. I was really worried. Did play Nia Coffee at captain here, and she got hurt almost immediately. Did come back though. Just had to get probably get a couple of stitches, but obviously it's Tina Charles that busted the lineup. Her and Bree Jones, who you would absolutely expect to sell. Obviously that is 100% sarcasm. Tina Charles shoots 5 of a million, but still cashed $30. Finished 85th, tied for 85th. The lineup was a little more popular than I thought it would be. Then main slate, I cashed one, did not cash the other. Mentioned in the Discord and in the stream, I was really high on Camila Cardoso. Only saw 19 minutes. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Definitely have some thoughts there. Stacked Reese and Cardoso here, both come in pretty low owned. This was a lineup that cashed. Obviously, Asia Wilson, massive chalk as she should be. Game blew out, so she didn't get there. Obviously, pulled Skylar Diggins back as well. This was my other lineup that did not cash. Alyssa Thomas, floor game at 25% ownership. Kiki, decent game, but 7 turnovers really killed her there. Obviously, just a 2v2 swap cost me on that one. Then the other showdown, once again, let's talk about Camila Cardoso only playing 19 minutes at super low ownership. Finished in 9th place, pretty much just 9th with like 4 or 5 other people. A couple points out of first. If Camila Cardoso actually gets reasonable playing time, she gets there. I don't know. This was pretty frustrating seeing the ending of that game. But let's look at these odds, and then we'll go team by team and break everything down. Hope everybody had a good day yesterday. It was good to get back in the win column. First game on the slate obviously isn't up here because it's Connecticut. Dallas at Connecticut. Dallas 4.5-point favorites, over under 160.5. Golden State at New York. Golden State 15-point underdogs, over under 165.5. Seattle at Minnesota. Minnesota 6.5-point favorites at home, over under 156 even. Chicago at Phoenix. Phoenix 7-point favorites at home, over under 154.5. Then the other late game, Atlanta at LA. Atlanta's 2.5-point favorites, over under 165.5. All right, we got a lot to talk about here on this 5-game slate, so I'm going to try not to linger too much on a lot of these teams. Obviously, on the Dallas side, not a lot to like here. The rotations are just everywhere. You just never know what they're going to do with their rotation. Arike's been awful to start the year. Obviously, she's going to be extremely low owned. We know the ceiling that she had last year. Obviously, the ceiling isn't that high this year, only averaging 22 fantasy points a game. But this game here against Minnesota, that's a tough defense. Shot 20 times, so there is still a ceiling for Arike at 10.2K. Minutes have been better the past 2 games, so I guess you could talk me into it for large field tournaments. Preferably, you just play Paige. The peripheral floor is just really, really consistent with her lately. I really like what I've seen from the number 1 pick this year. Dejanay and Alyssa Smith don't really have any interest. Minutes are just everywhere. Obviously, Dejanay returning to Connecticut, but minutes are just unreliable for Dejanay and Alyssa Smith. And now even you can say the same for Misha Hines-Allen. Only 13 minutes here against Atlanta. It's just really tough to prioritize any of these Dallas players. Maddie Segras, 5,800. She had a good game last time out, playing a lot of minutes off the bench. I do like my 6 Woman of the Year ticket with her. So far, that's not looking too bad. Kira McCowan, 7,400. Can't get there. On the Connecticut side, this team's bad, but we have arguably the 3 worst teams in the W playing on this slate. So best of luck picking who's going to do good on these teams. Tina Charles, 10-1. Usage is insane for her. She shot 5 of 20 against Atlanta in 30 minutes. She just a ridiculous amount of usage for her. Eventually, she is going to nuke a slate Would I be surprised if it's against Dallas? Not at all. Marina Mabry, 9K. Love the price tag there for her for tournaments. She's shooting the ball a ton. Obviously can score in bunches. Anissa Morrow finally starting to get some run, but 7K is entirely too rich. Haven't got word if Lindsay Allen is going to be active or not. If she's out, would mean added minutes to Bree Hartley. JC Sheldon continues to play just bigger minutes, over 20 minutes in every game, barely cracked 10 fantasy points in any of them. Just unplayable, especially on a big slate. Sanaa Rivers had a really rough game here against Atlanta, but minutes were still consistent at 28. Would expect that to be the norm going forward. I don't mind the price tag here in a plus matchup. Olivia Nelson-Ododa, minutes are going to tick down a little bit. She obviously picked up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, then did not play the second quarter. But she's going to be active when she's out there, so 6K. I do think there's a little bit of meat on the bone there. Everyone else down here really don't have a lot of interest in. I mentioned Bree Hartley. I think 3,700 is a solid price tag for her. Golden State at New York. If this game stays competitive, I really like quite a bit of the Golden State value. Even if the game does not stay competitive, the Golden State value should get there. Janelle Salon, 4,900, lock, load, explode. She's been really good both games, 28, 30 minutes. Obviously, this last time out, 18, 8, and 1 with 3 stocks. 4,900 is just too cheap for those minutes. And then Leite kind of blew up last game in 23 minutes. Shot 7 of 10. Not really expecting that again, but she's going to get you some peripheral stats. And she can ball. Like, she can play at 3,900, so there is clear value on this team that will play in the blowout no matter what. As for the other parts of the team, Billings missed last game. Not quite sure if she's going to stay out or if she'll return. Zandalasini hasn't been seen yet this season. Interested to see when all their bigs are healthy, kind of how the rotation breaks down. Talbot hasn't been used very much in the rotation, 8 and 16 minutes. Hasn't done really anything in those minutes. Tiffany Hayes is questionable. She was not with the team. The veteran guard is not with the team, but her next opportunity to suit up will be Tuesday versus the Liberty. If she plays and you think the game is competitive, I think she's a solid tournament spend up. Fagbinley and Thornton both look really good at their price points. If the game's competitive, probably going to be on their backs. Burton looks really solid at 5,500, assuming Tiffany Hayes is out. Julie Van Loo's just not someone I can get to. The peripheral stats are just never there. And if she's not shooting the ball well, this is her floor. 5 fantasy points, 2.5 fantasy points in a lot of minutes. So very, very low floor for someone like Julie Van Loo. On the New York side, a lot to like here. Febich was practicing, a full participant in practice today, so she will be out there. She'll be back. Baby Sabali is listed as questionable. If she misses, would be a big tick up for John Quell and Stewie. Both played massive minutes last time out. If this game is competitive, both would stand to play high 30s minutes again, just because they will go small more often than not, especially against a Golden State team that is not very big. Kennedy Burke would look a lot better if Baby Sabali is out as well. Rebecca Gardner would get a little bit more run. Marine Johannes at 5K, I just can't get there. She's strictly a scorer, and she hasn't even shot the ball very good yet this season. But the main pieces here are the big 4. Natasha Cloud continues to just nuke her face off. 7 stocks this last game. Eventually, she's going to come back down to earth. Who knows when it'll be? But the peripheral stats are otherworldly for her. She's just been really, really good to start the season. Sabrina Ionescu at 9K. Last year, if you had told me I could have played Sabrina Ionescu at 9K 4 games into the season, I would have signed up for that every day and twice on Sunday. Love the upside that she has. She shot 8 of 20 last game. John Quill Jones, 9,200. Probably just the most mispriced player on the slate. She's been incredible to start the year. 41 and 50 in the 2 competitive games, and then 30 in 22 minutes. Just incredible numbers. She's been they're like, apart from Natasha Cloud, those 2 have carried this team, because Sabrina has been hit or miss, and Stewie really hasn't gotten going yet. Obviously, 41 against the Aces. She shot 10 of 14, but the regular games for Stewie, like, her consistency isn't there yet, where John Quell's just been incredible game in and game out. So has Natasha Cloud. Moving on to the Seattle-Minnesota game. On the Seattle side, a lot to like here. A lot of their pieces are still mispriced. Only ticking them up a couple $100 is not going to change anything about my opinion on this team. NECA 10.3K, fresh off her absolute nuke against the Aces in 29 minutes, 44 fantasy points. This should be a really good game. I love these four for Seattle. 10-3, solid price for NECA. 9,900 is still too cheap for Skylar Diggins. Obviously, didn't have to do much against the Aces. In 29 minutes, only took 9 shots, 8 assists, though, 10 points. Obviously, really low fantasy output, but missed out on 7, 8, 9 minutes. Gabby Williams had a good game, 7,900, put right at 30 fantasy points in 30 minutes. She's going to play huge minutes. And then Ezzy, her price continues to tread in the wrong direction. She is going to nuke a Slate one of these days, guys, and I do not want to miss the boat on that. Erica Wheeler, fresh off her explosion last Slate. I'm not paying $6,300 for someone coming off the bench. Don't really have any interest in anyone else here. On the Minnesota side, Caitlin McBride is a full participant in practice. Fully expect her to be active. Obviously, can't pay $9,500 for her. Courtney Williams, $9,600. It is a bit. McBride returning will pull some usage from Courtney Williams, and it may pull a few minutes as well just because of how deep this team is. Fee, 12.3. If you have the salary, Fee's been incredible. Obviously, you can see in close games here, obviously against Dallas, 37 minutes. Connecticut, 38 minutes. Anytime the game is competitive, she's going to play practically the entire game. Obviously, huge upside, fresh off a 65 burger. MVP. That's all I'm going to say. Alana Smith, 8,100. Love the price tag for her. If she can stay out of foul trouble, she can smash. She's north of a fantasy point per minute player. Jessica Shepard can't get there at 8K. Bridget Carrollton, fine as like a last piece in, but with everyone healthy, really going to be hard for her to pay off any salary over 7K. Don't really have interest in anyone off the bench here. Atlanta at the Sparks. On the Atlanta side, a lot to like here. Obviously, need the news on BG and Pow Pow. If both are out again, would be an 8-woman rotation again. Nia Coffey would look really good. Maya Caldwell would look really good. Both had really good games on yesterday on the showdown slate. Alicia Gray looks really good at 9,400. Ryan Howard, 9,500. Shooting has been abysmal for Ryan Howard. She had this one good shooting game here against the Fever. 2 of 12, 4 of 17 to follow. Really poor shooting, but the peripheral stats have held her together, or else she'd be putting up like 14 fantasy points. If she's got these peripheral stats, I keep trying to tell people, we know the upside that Ryan Howard has. If she puts up 8 to 9 peripheral stats and then explodes for a 25, 26 real point game, she's putting 55 on the board and going to be an absolute must for tournaments. Love the upside for Ryan Howard. Bree Jones, 9,700. Like the upside she has. Obviously, had her worst game of the season, but only played 27 minutes. It was the back-to-back. All the starters' minutes got cut a little bit from the back-to-back, but love what she's done this season. She looks incredible. She looks to be in fantastic shape. I definitely think she is viable at 9,700. Then on the Spark side, we know they're going to run a super tight rotation. While they have expanded it a little bit of late, Odyssey Sims, back-to-back games where she has not touched the floor in the fourth quarter. Definitely something to monitor. And it's not like she was playing bad. Like, she put up 22 fantasy points in 27 minutes. Julie Allman, though, played really well in her 18 minutes and shot 1 of 5. So she left fantasy points on the floor, almost a fantasy point per minute. So she's getting more minutes as the season ticks along. I definitely think she is viable at near the flat men. Barker would look solid once again if Rakia Jackson is out. Rakia Jackson at that price point, even if she's in, I can't recommend that. Big Z just continues to play really well. She had this one rough game, but she just crushes. She's a great fantasy point per minute player. Wnba, fresh off a big game, 43 fantasy points. She's pretty consistent. Obviously, had this one game against Phoenix where she wasn't great, but just super consistent player. One of the best cash game plays out there. And then Kelsey Plum, huge ceiling for a player like her. She's going to play massive minutes if she's getting the assist and then the three ball starts falling, watch out. She can put up points in a hurry. So love the price tag. Love her for tournaments just because not a lot of people will get up to that salary for guards. The last game of the night, Chicago at Phoenix. On the Chicago side, not a lot to say. They're really, really bad, guys. Do I think they can keep this game competitive? Sure. Am I super confident in it? Not really, because this team looks terrible. This looks like the worst team in the WNBA. Angel Reese, 9,800. Her price is playable. I mean, she could put up 40 at 9,800, and I would not be surprised. Rebounds are built in if she's going to hit any resemblance of just layups. Like, she can post a huge score. Vandersloot playing big minutes. She played huge minutes here in the close game. Only 23 fantasy points, but she can get there at that price point. Mentioned Camila Cardoso earlier. Don't know what Tyler Marsh is doing. She played a 4-minute shift to start the game and then got pulled. Come back in, picked up 2 fouls, got pulled. Come back in, picked up 2 fouls, got pulled. Obviously, she does have some foul risk, but there's no reason like she should be playing 19 minutes. She should be playing at least 24 to 28 minutes. If she fouls out, she fouls out. But she was crushing when she was out there. Every time I was watching the game and just rebound and then putting up. I mean, she gets such good position in the block on the block. Obviously, her range is pretty limited, but I don't know why they're not playing her more. Obviously, if they were to, like, she has massive slate breaking upside. Ariel Atkins as well. She got in early foul trouble, so her minutes were down a little bit. Would expect close to 30 in a close game, maybe even a little bit more. Ewell is the primary beneficiary if Camila Cardoso gets benched or pulled for any reason. Then everyone else down here don't have a lot of interest in. On the Phoenix side, not a lot of interest outside of Satu and AT at the top. I think both are firmly in play, going to dominate the usage. Westbeld and Whitcomb are fine in that 5K range. And then McConney at 4,100. Minutes aren't the best, but she's playing low 20s minutes, been active when she's out there. She can shoot the 3 ball. They seem to really like playing with her at the point. AT and Satu are really coaching her up in the huddles, like in timeouts and everything. So I think they're really taking her under their wing, and she seems to be absorbing all of it. But that's about all that I have interest in. There's just so many good, cheap value plays for Golden State. Don't really think you need to play Held, Laxa, Kalani Brown, whose minutes keep trending in the wrong direction. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I will be live 1 hour before lock for this huge slate tomorrow. Definitely hop in there, ask some questions, hang out. If you guys enjoy the content, I do offer premium content. Link is in the description below. Guys in the Discord and me, we've all been crushing this season. Underdog, FanDuel, Draftkings, stuff for everybody to play. Whatever you enjoy, we've got it covered. Hit the like. Really appreciate all the support on the channel so far this season. Let's ship this 20K to first tomorrow. Good luck, and we'll see you in the next one.